WrestleMania 42 will be remembered forever. Not for the celebration the WWE Universe expected, not for the coronation that millions had traveled from every corner of the world to witness, but for the night Roman Reigns walked into the grandest stage of them all and destroyed Cody Rhodes. Championship changed, story shattered, and professional wrestling will never ever be the same. Just in, it happened. Roman Reigns is champion, Cody Rhodes is destroyed. And WrestleMania 42 just delivered the most shocking, most controversial, most earth-shattering moment in the history of the grandest stage. Suplex Rumble Nation, I need you to sit down for this one. I genuinely mean that. Because what I am about to break down what just happened at WrestleMania 42 in a moment that has already generated more online discussion, more emotional response, and more divided passionate reaction than any single WWE event in recent memory is the kind of news that requires you to be fully present to process it completely. Roman Reigns destroyed Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 42. The championship has changed. The American Nightmare's story, the finished story, the completed journey, the narrative that the entire WWE Universe had invested in with a depth of emotional commitment that this sport rarely achieves has been rewritten on the grandest stage. This is just in. This is breaking. This is the most significant championship development of the entire 2026 WWE calendar delivered on the biggest possible stage. And Suplex Rumble is going into every single extraordinary, devastating, controversial, and utterly compelling layer of it right now. Subscribe if you are new. Notification bell immediately. Drop your raw, unfiltered reaction in the comments right now. One word. Your gut response to this news. Let's process this together because that is what this community is for. Let's go. To feel the complete, devastating weight of what Roman Reigns did to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 42, to understand why this championship change hits differently than any other title change in recent memory, we need to establish exactly what WrestleMania 42 represented walking in, what the stakes were, what the WWE Universe expected, and why the gap between that expectation and what actually happened is the source of the specific, extraordinary emotional power this moment carries. WrestleMania 42 was positioned as one of the most anticipated premium live events in the modern era of professional wrestling. The card assembled around it, the programs built across months of Raw and SmackDown programming, the championships on the line, the personal rivalries reaching their grandest stage conclusions, was constructed to deliver the specific kind of comprehensive, emotionally loaded WrestleMania experience that the grandest stage demands from its most significant iterations. The venue was full. Beyond full, operating at the specific capacity of a WrestleMania that has generated maximum demand from a global fanbase that understood, going in, that they were about to witness something historic. The international contingent in that building, fans who had traveled extraordinary distances at extraordinary expense to be physically present for this specific event, brought with them the compressed, heightened emotional investment of people for whom this WrestleMania was a once-in-a-lifetime pilgrimage. The Cody Rhodes program, the championship match that was universally understood as the emotional centerpiece of WrestleMania 42's card, carried more accumulated fan investment than perhaps any other WrestleMania program in the modern era. The American Nightmare defending the championship, he had finished his story to claim. The culmination of a journey that had produced some of the most emotionally resonant professional wrestling storytelling of the last several years. The validation of millions of fans who had invested genuinely, deeply, personally in Cody's completed narrative. The expectation shared by the vast majority of the WWE Universe, the wrestling media, and the analytical community was that Cody Rhodes would defend his championship successfully, that the story would continue its triumphant chapter, that WrestleMania 42 would be Cody's night. Roman Reigns had other plans, and those plans, executed with the complete, devastating precision of the most calculating performer in professional wrestling history, produced the most shocking WrestleMania championship change in recent memory. Roman Reigns destroying Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 42 did not happen in isolation. It was the culmination of a WrestleMania preparation chapter that, viewed in full retrospect, with the knowledge of what it was building toward, reveals itself as one of the most comprehensive, most methodically executed championship campaigns in professional wrestling history. Every development in Roman Reigns' 2026 chapter was pointing here. The bloodline reunification assembled around the GUSO situation, unified by family loyalty in the way that only genuine crisis produces, provided Roman with the most complete, most motivated support structure of his entire tribal chief era. A bloodline fighting for love and family rather than power and politics is categorically more dangerous than any previous bloodline configuration. And Roman Reigns walking into WrestleMania 42 with that version of his family behind him was a strategic advantage that the championship picture had been unable to account for fully. The psychological warfare conducted in the weeks preceding WrestleMania, the specific, targeted campaign against Cody Rhodes' confidence, preparation, and mental state, was another dimension of Roman's preparation that only becomes fully visible in retrospect. Every promo, every physical confrontation, every bloodline interaction with Cody's program was designed not just to advance a television narrative but to deposit doubt in the specific, hard-to-access places where championship defenses are won and lost. The Forbidden Casket discovery backstage after the Elimination Chamber, whose full implications the WWE Universe had been speculating about since the moment Roman opened it, revealed its complete significance at WrestleMania 42. The information it contained, the alliances it established, the strategic advantages it provided, all of it deployed on the grandest stage in ways that made the championship change not just possible but inevitable in retrospect. Roman Reigns did not arrive at WrestleMania 42 hoping to destroy Cody Rhodes. He arrived having already destroyed him in every strategic, psychological, and preparatory dimension available before the first bell rang. The match itself was the final step of a process that began months earlier. Let's reconstruct the WrestleMania 42 championship match, because the specific way Roman Reigns destroyed Cody Rhodes tells the complete story of everything that preceded it and everything that follows from it. The match began with the specific electricity of a WrestleMania main event that carries the weight of maximum accumulated investment. The crowd, packed to its absolute capacity with the most passionate, most globally diverse, most emotionally prepared wrestling audience of the year, generated the kind of noise that only WrestleMania produces. The specific roar of a live audience that understands it is present for something permanent. Something that will be part of professional wrestling's history regardless of its outcome. Cody Rhodes entered that match as the champion, as the man who finished his story, as the performer whose relationship with the WWE Universe had been one of the most genuine, most mutually invested, most emotionally authentic connections in modern professional wrestling. The crowd's response to his championship entrance communicated the full depth of that investment, the love, the hope, the specific quality of supportive energy that only exists between a performer and an audience who have genuinely been through something together. Roman Reigns entered that match as everything he has always been on the grandest stage, the most complete, most prepared, most absolutely certain performer in professional wrestling. The Tribal Chief's WrestleMania presence carries a specific quality that goes beyond championship hunger or competitive intensity. It is the specific certainty of someone who has been the defining performer of an era and who treats the grandest stage not as a special occasion requiring elevated preparation but as the natural habitat of someone who operates at this level routinely. The match itself was extraordinary. Two of the finest performers of their generation, on the grandest stage, with everything at stake, producing the specific quality of WrestleMania championship match excellence that justifies every superlative the grandest stage has accumulated across its history. Cody Rhodes fought with everything he had. The American Nightmare's competitive fire, his specific, historically documented refusal to stay down regardless of circumstances, was fully present. The crowd's energy fueling every recovery, every counter, every moment of sustained championship defense. There were sequences in that match where WrestleMania 42 appeared to be developing toward the conclusion the majority had anticipated, where Cody Rhodes seemed to be finding the version of himself that had always been sufficient. Roman Reigns was more prepared. For every sequence, for every counter, for every specific capability in Cody's championship defense that years of intelligence and investigation had identified and prepared responses for, the Bloodlines' role, the specific, perfectly timed, completely decisive contribution that the reunited, fully motivated family provided was the difference. Not crude interference. Not the kind of blatant, obvious involvement that invites immediate controversy. The specific, surgical application of collective advantage at the precise moment where collective advantage could be most effectively deployed. The championship